Hello, my friends. Some of you know that, I guess I don't have to shout because this camera's in wide angle, fisheye mode, and so the microphone is right there. But that's why I put it in this. It doesn't look as good because we're getting distortion with the fisheye mode. But we can put the camera closer to us and fit us both in, and then the mic's right there and I don't have to talk as loud. So we were going to do a live stream, as many of you know, but YouTube won't let us do it for whatever reason. There's always technical difficulties, why it doesn't work, and it's so frustrating. It makes me work up a sweat like when I see it's not working, because I just get upset. Because I don't really care about a lot of things in life, but one thing I do care about, the main thing I care about, I think, is trying to put good content out there for people. And when things go awry, definitely it's something that can bother me or get me a little bit worked up, and there's not many things in this world that can do that. But it was just Christmas, and we hope that you guys had a great Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever else you guys are celebrating. I know some of you guys have had birthdays, anniversaries, etc. But how was our Christmas, Imabelle?
Our Christmas is good. I would say I had more fun Christmases, especially when I was a kid. I think Christmas is really, kids have the most fun when it's Christmas. So the thing is, Travis, can I say it?
Yes.
Is not really used to spending Christmas with the family. He is used to spending Christmas alone. So that's not really fun for me.
So she thinks I'm a real Ebenezer Scrooge, and she just found out who that is because we watched the movie on TV. Mm-hmm. And even though I'm not into Christmas or holidays in general, I have to admit that story, A Christmas Carol, which she didn't know actually. I think everyone in the United States knows it, but she was just introduced to it. I think that story, A Christmas Carol, that's a really good story, whether you're into Christmas or not. It's a really interesting story. I guess that's why they've had so many different versions of it throughout the years.
Yeah, and that's it. But I'm so thankful that we're able to have a good Christmas, I would say. We're able to go to some relatives for the
Yeah, we
Christmas
did. We went to your aunt's. I didn't take any video of it.
We had some good food. And one thing that I really love about Christmas is the Christmas spirit of giving. I think I shared that with you. I really, really enjoy wrapping gifts. For those I wasn't able to give gifts to, I'm sorry. But for sure, I love you all. I feel like it's so refreshing, it's so therapeutic, if that's the word, to just wrap gifts, and try to write something on it, like the note and stuff like that. It's such a good feeling that I get out of doing that. And how about you guys? Were you able to wrap the gifts that you were supposed to wrap for your friends and loved ones?
I guess they'll just have to leave a comment because unfortunately we're not doing this live like we originally planned.
Yes.
And where we could the live thing is so awesome because we can interact with people in real time. And it's just a shame that it seems like maybe 2 months now that hasn't worked. So,
I know.
But we had a good Christmas. Typically what I do on Christmas, because normally I spend for the past, I don't know, maybe 12 years or so. Over a decade. I haven't really been keeping track. But typically I'm alone on Christmas. So to me, it's still a good day though for me because it's a time for me just to kind of relax, because especially in the United States there's not a lot you can do on those days. So it's a time that I like to take and relax and catch up on watching films.
Yeah, and I would say that was the best thing about it. We got to spend Christmas just by watching movies and just really bonding. Can I add something to what you
can add whatever you want.
Yeah, the thing with Christmas, what I don't like about Christmas nowadays is that it has become commercialized.
That's one of the reasons I don't like it.
I just really hope and I pray that people, especially the young ones, the young generation, will still be able to really feel, acknowledge, and celebrate the real essence of Christmas, and that's just the birthday of our Lord and Savior, and giving, the spirit of giving. We don't have to have like a lot of food on the table just to celebrate it, right?
I guess that's one of the reasons, probably the main reason I actually don't celebrate holidays or like holidays. I just don't like how commercialized they are. There is an exception to one holiday that I love. I haven't celebrated it for the past few years, though. Of course, I love Halloween. And I love Halloween because, well, dressing up can be very fun. But it's the one day of the year where you're not judged. Well, you are kind of judged in a way, but in a good way, on how you dressed. It's the one day of the year you can wear whatever you want, and it's okay. And the other 364 days of the year, you got to conform to society's norms, which is not always something I love to do. I toe the line when it's important, but that's the day you can kind of cut loose. And if you want to dress up in a Superman outfit, or dress up as a pirate, or whatever you want, it's the one day where it's okay. So I do love Halloween. I'm not anti-Halloween, that's for sure.
Wow,
she's not real familiar with that. Halloween, we didn't do a Halloween video, but in the past few years, they're trying to make it kind of a thing in the Philippines. Traditionally, they don't celebrate Halloween in this country. It's mainly an American thing. I don't know if they do it in Europe, or I don't think they do it in Latin America. But as far as I know, it's mainly an American thing. But the past couple of years, I remember, like, say, when I was here in 2006, no one celebrated Halloween, except for some of the higher class people. They would still have Halloween parties. But now, the past few years, they're really trying to make it a thing, and you go to the mall on Halloween, you see kids in costumes, and they have events for Halloween. But it's all about another way to commercialize just another day out of the year, I guess. But I guess if we have to have a day that's kind of commercialized, Halloween's a good one. They can sell costumes, they can sell candy, they can have various events, and I'm okay with that one.
Well.
But we are thankful for a lot this year. Like I said, we did that other video where we talked about the burglary, which was it was December 23rd, December 23, 2012. So it's been exactly a year and a few days now, some change. But that was an ordeal. And in the past year since then, we've did so much stuff that I'm really proud of, and I think we're really making a difference to people. I know we are because of all the letters I get every day, and our Patreon campaign, which people are helping keep this alive, what I'm doing, because it came to the point where definitely if I was going to keep doing this, I needed some help, some support with it, to do it the way I want to do it anyways. And we're going to keep evolving and making things better. Why don't you actually show that stuff?
Sure. And of course, we don't forget, aside from Patreon campaign, even before having our Patreon family, you know who you are, we're going to show the names in a bit. We also have our, generous supporters and viewers that we knew who they were, right, through Indiegogo. That was right after the robbery.
It's a hard thing to do a channel like this because you're producing all this content, putting all this stuff into the world, and even finding a following, a rather large following, but you don't get anything in return. I haven't monetized it. I haven't, made money from it. So it's a hard thing, especially when these videos cost me money to make. And at one point it was getting very frustrating for me. The turning point was kind of when we made that video about food safety, and we were taking a taxi to go to the market and shoot there. And I knew it was going to be a good video, but I was thinking, man, I was watching the meter go up on the taxi, and it's not that much, a few dollars, whatever, but I was thinking, even at this small amount, I can't even break even on this. And it's like, I was kind of thinking, what am I doing? I've been doing this channel for 7 years though, and it's been an evolution, definitely. A lot of people that currently watch me, they don't know my older stuff, and I thought it was so great, and maybe it was pretty good at the time. Even my adobo video from 2007, at the time that was a pretty good video by YouTube standards. People weren't doing stuff as intricate as that, but now when I watch my old stuff I think, oh man, oh god, this is kind of lame. But maybe it was good at the time. I've gotten better, the direction I've taken things has evolved, and we're going to continue evolving for the better. And why don't you show that stuff?
Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and thank you. Is it all in?
Yeah.
Thank you to our dear Patreon family. In Filipino, palakpakan. Let's give them a big round of applause. And I guess you'll see it on the description, but this is the link. Patreon.com
is in the description.
Craft. And to start with, thank you so much to Chris Vinci.
If you want, why don't you keep going through those, and I'll talk.
Okay.
Just hold it up for a few seconds and I'll keep talking. I have a question for you guys. If I was going to have my own line of t-shirts, what do you think should be on it? What represents me, or what would you even be interested in wearing that's kind of unique to me and what I do? And maybe I'll produce some. But I ask you guys because I would like to make you part of the creative process, get you in on it, and also, like, I guess as a creator, just as a creator in general, it helps me see myself through your eyes, from your perspective. I'm always talking about this. It's all about perspective, and I'm always trying to see different perspectives, even seeing myself. It's hard to evaluate yourself because, of course, you're going to have a bias when you watch yourself. And when I watch myself on TV or watch my YouTube videos, of course, like, I'm in my head, I'm going, oh yeah, Travis, you're great, man. You look awesome. You're doing that so perfectly. But it's not an objective point of view, of course, because it's me. I can't rationally evaluate myself in certain ways. I guess at the same time, too, even the audience, they can't be objective when evaluating me because they don't understand, from my perspective, why I do certain things. But I always like to see where other people are coming from, get their point of view, get their opinion on things. I might not agree with their opinion. I might think their opinion stinks. But that's how it is with opinions. I know a lot of people think that my opinions stink, and they let me know. They leave very angry comments on my videos. But they can't understand from my perspective. And I think what it is with these people that get angry when I put my opinion out into the world is they feel that someone having an opinion that's different from their opinion somehow devalues their opinion, which is not the way it works at all. I can have my opinion, the guy next to me can have his opinion, the viewers can have their opinions. It doesn't devalue anyone's opinion. And
I'm still showing the names of our Patreon family members.
Trekking right along. So my question to you is, dear viewers, if I was going to have t-shirts, what do you think should go on those shirts? And it's going to be interesting to hear these answers. We're going to have some videos coming up, actually, where I talk more about dating and the viewpoint of how guys look at women. I did 2 videos on that this month, actually, and there's going to be some crossover. I'm also going to be doing some videos where I talk some more about the cost of living, even though I've did some, just because I'm realizing these are hot topics. And January 6th on GMA, Channel 7 in the Philippines. If you've seen my last vlog, they're going to be profiling me and featuring my life story. And my mom has been emailing childhood photos to me because they need this for the show to help tell my life story. And I've been posting some of those on Facebook, which you can see, facebook.com/TravisCraftOfficial, if you guys happen to be into Facebook. So people have been having fun with those. And what's going on, Imabelle?
My favorite photo of you as a kid is... No, I was just trying to say something. Yeah, I'm still thanking our Patreon family members. So.
Oh, I wanted to let you guys know that I actually shot some videos lately, but I didn't release them. Maybe I'll still release some of the footage. We've had some problems with the church. Here's what's been going on. The church, we live by a church, and they, for about a week, 10 days, something like that, at 3 a.m., they intentionally blast music super loud, intentionally trying to wake people up because they have a mass at 4:30 a.m. And we went in, we tried to talk to them and get them to understand our point of view. I actually documented that. I didn't release it because I knew that some people would say, oh, he's anti-Christian or he's anti-Catholic, when in fact, I'm not against any religion or anything like that. I'm just against this particular church. And I understand that not all Catholic or Christian churches do that practice. But it really, I think one of the worst aspects about the Philippines, and this is not to send negative vibes out there, is to send positive educational vibes to you guys. One of the worst aspects, though, to the Philippines, and it's hot in here, we had shut like the windows and everything because they're blasting, not the church, but someone else is blasting music and a loudspeaker. One of the biggest negatives is all the noise pollution in the Philippines. And I think even if you live in a small town, not just Metro Manila, but if you live in a small town on another island, you're still going to have to deal with a lot of noise pollution. And definitely coming from the United States, that's not how we roll. But that's one of the things that's been driving me crazy during these holidays. All the noise, especially coming from the church. Now tonight it's someone else outside. And I don't think Imabelle's is bothered by it. Even like we had to record, we were going to do a live stream tonight. But tomorrow there's going to be fireworks going off for New Year's, and it's going to be going on all night long. And people are going to be in the hospitals getting injured. They're going to be getting fingers blown off.
Hopefully not.
Well, I'm telling you the way it's going to be. I'm all for positive thinking, but I don't think that it's a good idea to positive think and ignore certain realities. And people are going to be blowing off fingers tomorrow night. Even tonight, watching the news, there's a lot of people in the hospitals that got injured because of the fireworks. Mm-hmm. So it's mayhem. And I've seen it written on the internet by Filipinos. It's not me saying this. That I see this going around. A lot of people writing it, saying that Filipinos, they can't handle freedom. Once they get too much freedom, things get out of hand. But what do you guys think of that? I know we have a lot of Filipino viewers, obviously. Do you think that's true? Can Filipinos handle freedom? Or do they go overboard and go crazy? Lawlessness.
They could, but I don't wanna say for everyone. I guess any nationality that can apply. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, because I wouldn't necessarily say any nationality, but that's what I see a lot of people write, and this is coming from Filipinos, saying that they can't handle the freedom. Once they get freedom, it tends to go into lawlessness and recklessness, like with the driving and stuff. People don't follow rules around here. Even Jackie Chan, he gave an interview in China on TV where he was talking about communism. Apparently Jackie Chan is a big proponent and endorser of communism. I'm not kidding about that. You can look that up. His son happens to be a big proponent of marijuana, by the way, and he's on trial now with the communist government in China. He has problems. But Jackie Chan loves the communism, absolutely adores it, apparently. And he was saying about one of the reasons why he likes communism and how they restrict liberties in China. He was saying, and this would be very offensive if it was coming from a non-Chinese person, he said you can't allow Chinese people to have too much freedom. They'll just go crazy with it, and things will be out of control. That's what he said. He said that on TV in China. I saw it like translated. That's how I'm aware of it. And like, it's a little bit of, it wasn't even really a big controversy in America, but apparently lately Jackie Chan's been going all over TV in China talking about how he adores communism. And his son's got other issues, though. His son has issues with the reefer.
That's his belief, so... Anyways.
That's his belief, and the belief of his son is a Rastafarian, I guess. Come on!
Can I just say something? Because what you just said...
Go ahead.
Reminded me of something.
I wanted your opinion, so go right ahead.
Really? Anyways... I let him talk first, just keep talking, and then I just try to hold the thoughts in my mind there, as long as I don't forget them. When you mentioned about firecrackers, and that's true, every New Year there is a big number of injured Filipinos because of, firecrackers and all that. When I was growing up as a kid, I never forget this, my parents would never ever allow me and my younger brothers to stay outside the house just for safety, because
it gets crazy around here.
They would tell us it's not only the firecrackers that can possibly hurt you or injure you. Who knows? Even
bullets,
those,
right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I spoiled it. Sorry.
Stray bullets, because there are some people who would just use their gun and just be happy and be merry on New Year's Eve, not even thinking about the safety of other people. So innocent Filipinos get hurt by that. Hopefully tomorrow they won't do that. But I guess there was it last year I saw in the news there was already like a case of someone shot by a stray bullet. And another thing about freedom...
That was just tonight on the news, someone was shot by a stray bullet.
Okay, memory gap. And another point that I want to bring up, since you talked about freedom, is it is good, we're so blessed to have freedom here in the Philippines compared to other countries that still, implement or observe a communist government. But the thing is, like in the province... Can I say the name of my province?
Yeah,
I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyways, in my hometown, I love my hometown. I would say not because I live there, actually because I live there, I know how it is because I grew up there. It's a very peaceful, friendly town, and Travis even loves it. But for the past few months, I've been hearing, because I'm not there most of the time. We go there every now and then for events and stuff like that. I've been hearing news about people being shot, and it has been...
Why are these people being shot?
It has been frequent. Well, some people, I don't know.
Is it political
I don't
killings?
I don't have the proof. I don't have the investigation data, whatever, of the police. But some people say it's politically motivated. But whatever it is, it just breaks my heart that there are people who can easily, kill other people. Like, I don't know how much a gun is right now, but it's so easy for them, I guess, to buy a gun and just shoot and yeah. I mean, the families. There was like, I think a father, there was this, I think the latest news I heard was they were in a van.
They're going crazy with that music out there.
I know.
I don't know if it's picking up in the microphones, but...
I know. Sorry guys, we don't have a choice. We don't have like a soundproof thingy here, so if you hear it, I hope you can bear with it, as we are trying to bear with it too. So anyways, the person who was shot was a dad, and the mother and the child are still in the hospital fighting for their lives. And I just hope and pray that whoever are doing this, all these crimes, I pray for all you guys that you stop it.
And we just watched that movie last night, which is kind of along those lines, only it was a true life killing, a little bit of a crazy... Man, that music's loud. And it's late at night, and they're doing this. It must be around 11 at night, and they're just blasting music. But we watched a movie last night based off a true story, true event, which it was a very well-made movie with Channing Tatum and Steve Carell. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a fun movie to watch, but it was definitely a good movie. It's a story that I suppose should have been made. It's the Foxcatcher. If you guys have seen that, we watched it last night. And I wanted to see it mainly because, of course, coming from a wrestling background, it's very rare that you have movies even featuring wrestling, or even, let alone somewhat about wrestling. As this movie, it's not so much about wrestling, although, of course, wrestling is one of the pivotal elements to the film because it's about wrestlers, Olympic champions. And there's some wrestling scenes in the movie, very well done wrestling scenes too, the way they captured it. It's probably some of the better wrestling scenes that I've ever seen in a movie or TV show, which isn't saying much because there's been so little. The only famous wrestling movie is Vision Quest, and that came out mid-'80s. They still had a young Madonna in that movie singing "I'm Crazy for You."
Oh,
do you remember that?
Now he's singing.
Like that song from the movie Vision Quest. I'm not a fan of Vision Quest though. This movie, it's not about wrestling. It's more about it's about Mark Schultz and his relationship with John DuPont from the famous DuPont family. And I won't give away the movie. Most people in the United States probably know the story, at least if they're above a certain age. This stuff happened when I was a young kid. When I was a teenager, I guess, not necessarily a young kid. But she didn't know the story because she's not from the United States. It was an interesting movie. It was hard to watch because the movie intentionally wants to make you feel uncomfortable. Like, there's very little music in the film just so you can have those very uncomfortable silences. But it was a very well-made film. I thought the wrestling scenes were great. And even though it's not really about wrestling, so don't let that turn you off. Don't think you're going to see a movie about wrestling. Wrestling's in the movie, and those are some key elements. But it's not about wrestling at all. And I think what's good, too, is if someone watches it that doesn't understand the sport of wrestling, that's never even seen a real wrestling match, it's not so technical to where they can still follow the movie and understand what's going on in the wrestling scenes without, even if they've never seen a real wrestling match. But now I want to read the book that the guy wrote that's the movie's about. It was very well acted. Channing Tatum was good in it. Steve Carell was creepy as heck in it. He creeped me out. He was almost like a horror villain, a villain from a horror film. So, like, every time he appears on screen, especially when he talks, because he talks in that manner where he kind of pauses a lot, it's just so creepy.
Did he haunt in your dreams last night?
No, fortunately I didn't have dreams about him. But this video is getting long, and if you've made it this far, well, we're glad. We're just really sorry that we couldn't do a live broadcast because those are so fun. And Imabelle, what would you like to say before we go?
Well, thank you so much to you, our Patreon family, for being there, for supporting us, to keep making videos for all of you guys, videos that inspire you, entertain you, inform you, and we're doing our best to do all these for you guys. And we also thank just for everything that you've been doing in any way, like just the interaction, the interaction we have on the channel. Thank you so much, and God bless you all today and the coming 2015. And
I'm going to get really close and speak to you intimately here. No, it's a little too close. I just want to say that we got a lot of good stuff coming up in 2015, and there is a holiday tomorrow, so you guys be safe. Until next time, see ya.